Little do they know, their decision to wait out the storm under a bridge could cost all of them their lives.
I can't emphasize this enough. Do not take cover under an overpass.
The funnel cloud flings a minivan across the road, and suddenly, it's right on top of them.
We pull up, we jump out, and I start screaming and pointing.
But experts say that's the worst thing you can do.
We had incidents all across the country where people were killed taking shelter under bridges.
Mike Smith is a meteorologist and CEO of Weather Data Services and an expert on tornadoes.
What you do is you get out of the car or get out of the truck, allow some distance between the truck and you, and get in a ditch on the side of the road away from the tornado. The theory is that the debris will be carried over you by the wind, and by laying flat on the ground or flat in a ditch, you're going to be relatively safe.
If it hits the bridge, those ferocious winds will squeeze through the tunnel in the same way that water is squeezed through the nozzle of a garden hose, creating enough force to suck the people right out. That's what makes bridges so dangerous. Even if the people do manage to hang on, flying debris will pose a lethal danger, just as it did in Andover.
You had metal shards, boards, nails, screws, all flying through the air at 200 miles an hour. There's no way to survive that.
Incredibly, all 5 souls huddled under the bridge are unharmed. Butch and his 2 daughters, and the 2 newsmen. As for the 2 people inside the minivan, they're injured, but they'll survive.
And we were very thankful at that point in time. I'm sure everybody was. There wasn't any debris, and we weren't sucked away or anything like that. We were still there, and we were okay.
It's the structure of the bridge that saved their lives. They were protected by this girder, by this girder, by that girder, and the girder behind them. So because of this unique box structure, they were out of the worst of the winds, while Ted held the camera right down here.
The people under the bridge were also lucky because it wasn't a direct hit. The funnel cloud approaches from the south, rotating counterclockwise. Its eastern edge packing 150-mile-an-hour winds. Its western edge is much weaker, with winds at about 90 miles per hour. The center of the tornado hits 4 fence posts to the east of the bridge, about 40 yards. And that tiny difference means the people catch the weaker edge, and the wind was pushing against them instead of sucking them out. Though it's been many years, Butch's daughter Carrie still refuses to talk about the tornado. Butch says it still gives her nightmares. No wonder. It certainly was a nightmare for the people of Kansas.
I felt then, and I still feel like we were blessed. Given the choices again, I'm not sure I would make the same choice because I've heard since then that that's probably not a good place to be.